Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've done a video. I think I've only managed to get one video done and posted in the last month or so. But yeah, we've had a lot going on. Anyway, it's been very difficult for me to be able to record my videos because I look out this window and there's this big monstrosity being built next door. So with all the banging and screeching of the building toys, it sort of tools, it just makes it a bit difficult for me to be able to record. And like I said, we've got a lot going on, and we also found out last week that our landlord's not going to be renewing our lease when it expires on the 9th of August. So we've got notice to look for somewhere else and hopefully be out by the 9th of August. So I don't know how much opportunity I'll be able to get to do a video, post videos during that time until I'm settled. But, if I can, I'll do it. And as I've always said right from the beginning, I will post whenever I get to post. And sometimes it's more often and sometimes not as much. So yeah, that's going to keep me busy the next several weeks as we look for somewhere and then move. So that's going to be quite a big change for me, but I'm glad I've got the neuroplasticity brain retraining tools to help me to brain retrain myself through this move. So it's going to be a lot better. Yeah. And also over the last few weeks I've been having a lot of retracing and really deep healing going on, a lot of deep emotions and trauma that have been stuck in my body all these years is, coming out, and it's just so releasing and so freeing, and I feel so much better and so much lighter. So that's another reason why I've been taking some time out, having some of that self-care, as I posted in my previous video. It's important to have those times of self-care and, listening to your body and, just, not always pushing yourself. I mean, we're also in winter too, and we know that there are animals out there that hibernate in winter. And, that's a very smart thing that we should all learn, because I think how many of us go all through the year? And then they might go until they have their holiday. I think there's times where you just need to cut back, and, if you have to have time off from exercises, stop exercising. Actually, talking about exercising, I'm actually learning more and more to listen to my body, and it's like we shouldn't be exercising 7 days a week. If we're exercising 7 days a week, that's too much. We need to allow our body to have a rest, a break, for the muscles to, do what it needs to do. And I think we just need to listen to ourselves and say, okay, I think I need to take a break from X, Y, and Z for now, and just rest and let my body do what it needs to do to recharge and, recalibrate and all those sort of things. So, I think there's things that we do need to cut back from time to time. And as we know, when spring comes and when summer comes, we've got a lot more energy. The days are longer, so that we can be more active. Winter has shorter days for a reason, for us to rest and to recharge our bodies and, let the body do what it needs to do, so that we're all ready for September, September for us here in Australia anyway, for when spring comes and summer comes, so that we can be, active and doing all these things, and more hibernate more with situations. So that's basically what I've been going through these last several weeks, and I'm just really learning heaps and, growing so much as I continue with my brain retraining, neuroplasticity with Reorigin. I'm now 14 months with Reorigin, and I'm still learning and growing, and it's just an amazing experience. So yeah, I just love the deep healing that I'm getting, and I am continuing to move forward in my healing journey, and it's just incredible. Some things some things I wanted to encourage you with, what neuroplasticity helps with, with the, rewiring and resetting, getting, creating new, better, healthier neural pathways that support our healing, because we get, when you're in because a lot of the loops and traumas, the negative ones, are caused through crisis, and then they get stuck, and then you're in that, repetitive thing. So you got to rewire it, and so that you can move on towards your goals and living life the way, that you're supposed to be living it. And I've got quite a list here, but it's not exhaustive. But anything to do with the neuro side of an illness, neuroplasticity helps. Helps with ADHD. It helps with caffeine addiction, chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic immune response syndrome, chronic inflammatory response syndrome, chronic pain, SIRS, mold, long COVID, brain fog, depression, EMF, hypersensitivity, fibro, endo, food sensitivities, fear, general anxiety disorders, IBS, insomnia, limbic cross-wiring, mast cell activation, multiple chemical sensitivities, multi-system inflammatory syndrome, OCD, phobias, phone addiction, overwhelm, post-intensive care syndrome, post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome. By the way, the co-founder of Reorigin, Ben, he completely healed himself of Lyme, and if you join Reorigin, you can, or even go onto the website, which I will post in the link below, you can hear his incredible story, his testimony of how he recovered from Lyme disease, that he was, bedridden for about 3 years or so beforehand. And that's, the incredible thing about neuroplasticity is that, you can heal from these things. You can also helps with post-viral fatigue, post-exertional malaise, POTS, PTSD, rushing, self-doubt, social anxiety, stress, trauma loops, and like I said, there's so many things that you can retrain your brain on, and get your life back and live a much better life than you're living now. Because like I said, my life's changed so much in the 14 months since I joined Reorigin, so I highly recommend neuroplasticity for everybody. Even if you're a well person but battle with stress and anxiety and stuff, when you're always overwhelmed, this will help you with all that. It will help you to deal with life in a much better way, and you can become a much better person. I've become a much better person, and I'm a lot calmer, a lot healthier. I'm dealing with all that's going on in my life right now so much better, because I've now got the tools to deal with it. And, and I'm seeing wins on a regular basis where I'm learning things and growing, and it's incredible. Now, I also came across something the other day, thanks to the Carnivore Odyssey channel, where she actually shared about the right way of healing. Because when you're actually undertaking a healing journey, you got to understand the healing process, because so many people start the healing process and think, oh, it's not working, I'm getting worse, blah blah blah, and then they give up before they even started. So it's important. So I wanted this video to also not encourage people to join Reorigin, do neuroplasticity to help with their health and mental health and well-being and so forth, and to help become a better person, but to understand the healing process, you know, healing from traumas as well, healing from emotions and all sorts of stuff like that. And this was actually, it's called the right healing, and it's the Hering's Law of Cure. And it's basically from Dr. Constinene Hering, a 17th century homeopath, made some observations about the nature of effective healing, which he thinks have stood the test of time and are generally applicable to all forms of natural healing, whatever that, you know, whatever the healing journey is. And the core of his observations was that symptoms resurface as part of the healing process, which occurs in a specific order, thereby offering a symptom resolution hierarchy. Now that's really important. That's why, you know, healing starts in reverse, you know, retracing, in other words. So anyway, I'll continue. Hering's law core postulates that in right healing, disease leaves the body in the reverse order of appearance of symptoms, from inside to outside, from the greater organs to the lesser organs, from the head space first and from top to bottom. And he uses the acronym of RIGHT, R-I-G-H-T, to remember the principles. And here are the principles explained in a little more detail. Symptoms resolve in R, reverse, order that the symptoms appeared, meaning recent conditions leave first, early conditions leave or are eliminated later. For instance, it might take years for chronic diseased organs to revitalize to the point where the body can liquefy old, dried catara, which is mucus, and draw it out through the eliminative channels, you know, like the detox pathways, you know, when you go to the loo and through the skin and phlegm and stuff like that. And then the next one is from the inside out, so that's the I, meaning get rid of toxic accumulations from the inside of the body to the outside, i.e. it is the internal toxins being eliminated in the skin, breath and colon. Now we move up to the G in right. From the greater organs to the lesser organs, meaning that the symptoms heal from the deepest, most limiting level to the most superficial. For instance, a general illustrative hierarchy of importance of organs is brain and heart, kidneys, lungs and liver, colon and skin. This also means symptoms improve from the central core of the body to the hands and feet and so forth. And now we move on to the H in right. From the head space first, meaning there is an attitudinal change. Chronic illnesses has a negative thinking aspect to it, whether obvious or subtle. The movement away from disease is accompanied by a shift in thinking, a movement towards cheerfulness, enjoyment of happy moments, fortitude, faith, hope, and the like. As thought shifts, so does emotions, and so does the body. And see, that H part is where the neuroplasticity, brain retraining comes in. You know, this is where, you know, this is the core of it, the neuroplasticity. And now we move to the T in right. From the top to bottom, meaning symptoms higher up the body resolve earlier than those lower down in the body. So these are the important things that you need to be aware of and, you know, understand whenever you take a healing journey, whether you're doing a detox or neuroplasticity, brain retraining, whatever it is you're doing, you've got to understand that you're going to have the ebbs and flows, dips and flares, you know, because that's just the way it is. And I've been experiencing this, you know, with my brain retraining, you know, and but once you've gone through that flare, you've had a breakthrough and you've come out stronger. I mean, healing's not linear, unfortunately. I wish it was, but it's got ebbs and flows, but it's still going up, you know, and it can be a roller coaster of flares and sensations and stuff as you're going up. But, you know, that's where you've got to be patient and not have any time frame, because everybody's healing journey is different and we can't compare ourselves to anyone else's healing journey. We can only compare ourselves to our own healing journey, and the only person we can compare us to become is the only person we can become a better person is what we were yesterday. So my mission today is to become better than I was yesterday and to move forward further, so that I'm always learning things and growing and healing and, you know, getting better as a person and the way I deal with things in life. So look, this is so important. So I hope if you are actually going on any healing journey or kind of consider it, that you'll keep these things in mind, and that's why you've got to keep going and not give up. And, you know, see these flares and, you know, dips as a way of continuing to retrain your brain and to keep moving forward and towards your goals and healing and so forth. So yeah, I hope you found this encouraging, but yeah, I'll put the link to Reorigin in the description below, as I highly recommend joining Reorigin. You know, I'm just so thankful. You know, I'm eating a lot, as if you've watched some of my videos before, you'll see that I'm really eating a lot more foods than when I first started Reorigin. I was just stuck on lamb and beef and some chicken. That's all I was. Now I've got fermented foods into me, and I'm eating more meats, and I'm eating sardines and eggs and all sorts of stuff. So I'm really, really excited about that. And you know, and with the multiple chemical sensitivities, I'm not afraid to go out into the multi-story car park anymore, or into the city, or into public places, because, you know, I've retrained my brain on that, and I know my body naturally heals. That self-healing, and my body is, you know, is designed for homeostasis, and that's actually the normal default setting. And, you know, I'm still retraining my brain to get to that homeostasis, but it's like a pendulum, you know. It'll eventually stop swinging, and then it'll come to that baseline of homeostasis as I continue to, you know, get stronger and heal and, yeah, let go of things and let God, you know. And I praise God for what He's doing in my life, because He is my mighty counselor, my Prince of Peace, my great physician, and He's doing amazing things in my life. And it's so good. So yeah, I highly recommend doing Reorigin, the Neuroplasticity, and I will continue to do my videos as I can, and you know, despite what's going on. And I'm looking forward to when we do finally move and get settled and away from all that noise and so forth. So yeah, once we've moved, I know things will settle down again, and I should be able to do a lot more regular videos. So just bear with me for the next few weeks until all this mayhem happens. And I'm actually looking forward to this weekend. We're going to my son's wedding, which is going to be really awesome. So I'm really excited for that too. So all these things that I'm able to do thanks to Reorigin and the tools that they've given me. And I praise God for healing me, you know, working with me on this. So yeah, so God bless, and we'll talk to you in my next video.